Good day, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. I have a fun build today. It's going to be fun for me. I hope it's fun for you as well. I am old enough to remember the Cold War vividly, and I'm also been a history buff and into military stuff. If you watch the channel long enough, you know I love to do the military sets. Well, I've got a super cool one today. The Sluban M1 24 Hind Helicopter. Nothing screams Soviet Union and Cold War like this Hind helicopter. Get to building this thing, and then we'll see you on the other side for a review, and we'll talk about some details about this. All right, well, I just got done building the Hind helicopter from Sluban, and let me tell you something, it does not disappoint. I hope you can see it. It is fantastic looking. Let's talk about build experience. It was great. It was not repetitive at all. Everything went together really well. There was a couple of problems I had on the bottom here. Part of it was falling apart as you had to squeeze, but eventually that got solved when it got a little more robust down there. The instructions were really clear, really easy to follow. I'll throw up a couple of pictures of the instructions just so you see what I'm talking about. It wasn't overwhelming, the number of pieces you had to put on at any given step. Bags were numbered, and you just had to do that bag at that particular time. It was kind of interesting, so let me give you an example. In the instructions here, you have to open up bag 1 and 16 at the same time. 16 had some like bigger pieces, some like 2x10s and stuff like that. So you would use bag 16 throughout the whole build. So anyway, that was just kind of a interesting thing. Didn't make it confusing at all though. So again, this thing just looks fantastic. Everything from the pew-pews on the side, you got like infrared down here. You got your rocket launchers on the wings there. It just looks great. As I'm discussing various aspects of this, I'll throw up either a video or a picture of what I'm talking about so you can see it in more detail. But of course you've got rotors that spin, front and rear. You have got doors that open to show a small interior in there. Nothing much worth seeing in there. But you know, these did serve as like troop transports and everything like that, so being able to open it up is pretty cool. The canopies do not open. I tried to get a minifig in there, and I'll show you the minifigs in a second. It didn't really fit all that well. I didn't want to push it. I didn't want to have, you know, bricks start falling apart on me, so I was like, yeah, whatever, it doesn't matter. So the canopies don't open, not a huge deal. The front landing gear does retract, but the rears do not. Again, not a big deal. You're more likely than not going to be displaying it on the landing gear like that. There were only about 6 stickers that came with it. One of the stickers is the instrument panel in the cockpit, and then you got these little red stars with the Sluban S on there, and then the 106 number right there. I love the color scheme. Obviously, it's supposed to be some kind of a camo pattern with gray on the bottom. Looks great. One interesting thing that happened is that, like Kobe, there were a couple of instances where you had to actually make a stud on the bottom of a plate. However, Sluban did not provide the little tool for that. I had to go into my Kobe stash and grab the little tool like I'm showing right here in order to install those little hollow pieces that go on the bottom of a plate that form a stud. So anyway, that was little oversight on Sluban's part. Luckily, I had one of the Kobe install tools with me. If you don't have that little Kobe install tool for those things, it is kind of hard to get those little round things into the plate. The build also comes with a couple of realistic accessories that I'm showing you a picture of right here. Some realistic pew-pews, which is kind of cool. I've mentioned this before in Sluban sets that they add those in because Lego will never make realistic looking weapons, so you will get them with a Sluban set. Again, kind of cool. I'm showing you a picture of the minifigs right here. I'm on record as saying I'm not a huge fan, but also I'm a minifig snob. Everything is second rate compared to Lego for me. But it is kind of nice that they give them. For what they are, These are actually pretty nice minifigs. They are hard to put together. They all have a very long pole that goes down from the head, that goes through the body and into the legs, and I always have to get out my enforcer to tap the head in a little bit more whenever I have to build a Sluban minifig. But they're kind of nice, and they hold the accessories well, and you know, they are what they are. So this set goes for about $70 on warbricks.com, which is great because you get free shipping over $50, and it is so worth it. Again, if you are into military history or history in general or like Cold War era stuff, this is instantly recognizable and is so cool and would be a really neat conversation piece. I just really love it. The brick quality is great. The clutch on the bricks is awesome. I've never had problem with Sluban bricks before, and these were no exception. And they made really good design choices. Even though this is a pure brick build, everything is fairly smoothed out, and they did a really nice job just integrating all the different pieces to make it a really nice cohesive package that looks really fantastic. You do get a couple of options. I'm showing you pictures right now. At the end, you can change out some of the instrumentation or weapons at the front of it. You can put in another cannon or Gatling gun or something like that off the front. I had already had I call it the infrared sensor, whatever that is, and I kind of like that look, so I just stayed with that. So again, kind of gives you some options, and yeah, looks really good. I like this set a lot. So we will see you next time. Have a good one. Thanks. Bye.